Part 18. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gumyu Shuang. Chapter 171. In the entertainment industry, these news are not new. Very common. However, because of her identity, Lin Mei does not have any messy news. I just don't like her too many negative news. But now someone suddenly came out and said that the eldest daughter of the Lin family is just like that, and the sponsor is even more powerful, so the meaning is different. Doesn't this mean that Lin Mei is being kept by someone? And it also involves Ying Wan, so doesn't that mean that both of them are? WTF, right? The spectators were shocked when they saw this news. The person who broke the news typed the letters WT, which is easy to guess. Isn't Wan Teng the one behind the crew of the world? Who is Wan Teng? The strongest emerging group in recent years has established a foothold in the world with the most advanced chips. The apparent controller of Wan Teng is Bai Ya, but in fact everyone knows that there is someone else. It is said that the person is the main person in the research and development of chips, and he has not been made public to protect his identity. A scientific researcher cannot be related to the topic of keeping a mistress. There are many executives in the industry of Wan Teng. Who is he referring to? Is it Bai Ya? But Bai Ya is so young and a real genius, how could he be interested in Lin Mei and her sister? So the onlookers dug into the details and focused their attention on other WT executives. Even if they could really guess, they couldn't really make it public. These materials can only be read at most. But at least it explains why Ying Wan can wear custom-made clothes and why Lin Mei can win the leading role in the world with her inexperienced status. On the contrary, Lin Mei and Su Xiao were shocked when they saw the news. Are they crazy? How dare they say that about Ying Wan? Lin Mei was not very angry when she saw the speculation that she was being kept. After all, there are so many such bad news in the entertainment industry. The black fans outside kept suspecting that she had been told all the bad things by others, and she had long been invulnerable. But Ying Wan had never experienced such a thing. Lin Mei was so angry that she directly found a hacker and vowed to find out the identity of this person and make him pay for it. Because she was so angry, Lin Mei didn't care whether she was a celebrity or not. After waiting for Su Xiao to find someone to deal with this matter, she directly used her big account to curse on Weibo. Lin Mei V, you can say whatever you want. I don't care about anything. My sister and I haven't seen each other for more than 20 years. I asked her to join the show and I went to find her. She didn't know what I did before and was always obsessed with her studies. Yes, she was separated from our family due to an accident and grew up in the countryside because she was picked up and raised by her grandfather in the countryside. But she is more powerful than you think. The dirty words she has suffered from the show to now are all groundless accusations. She has never thought about entering the entertainment industry, nor does she want to become famous by relying on my fame. I voluntarily gave her the money. As a sister, I feel more uncomfortable than anyone else, but I didn't expect that just because of a custom-made item, even groundless and disgusting rumors would come out. You can't afford it? Can everyone in the world afford it by being supported? I don't know who you are. You'd better not be caught, otherwise I will definitely make you pay for it. You also have a family. Didn't you consider the consequences before you said this? I am a star, and I am willing to bear all the discussions caused by my exposure, but my sister is not a star. She was on the show because of me. She had no choice. I hope you can have some humanity. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gumyu Shuang. Chapter 172. After Lin Mei sent it out, she considered the consequences. But she couldn't stop. Just too angry. Seeing someone maliciously speculating that their sisters were being kept as spoilers, and even having all kinds of unpleasant imaginations come out like this, was enough to make Lin Mei tremble with anger. Su Xiao was notified when she saw Lin Mei posted on Weibo. When she saw the content, Her eyes widened in surprise. She originally wanted to say, "Are you crazy?" but after thinking about it for a moment, she fell silent again. Yes, Lin Mei definitely couldn't bear it. Who can bear it when someone talks about his sister like this? Moreover, Yang Wanren is still a super genius, and being spread rumors like this. Some idiots are just so crazy that they base their speculations on their own imagination without any real evidence, regardless of how much harm their words will cause to the person concerned. Some celebrities are indeed hopelessly bad, but some are implicated purely because of their status as celebrities. But when I first entered the circle, I made a lot of money, so I should have thought of everything. Therefore, the current consensus in the entertainment industry is that it is generally not a non-essential matter. Even if the celebrity explains it himself, it may cause more trouble, and it may also easily involve other troubles. But Lin Mei couldn't bear it anymore. After she sent the message, she was so angry that she was shaking on her stool. Yang Wan had sent her a message a few hours ago, saying that the pickles had been sent to her. She was still caring about herself, but Yang Wan received such malicious insults because of her online. Lin Mei clenched her fist tightly, pinched her thigh with one hand, lowered her head, her eyes were red. "I shouldn't let her be on the show, I don't want to be on it. Sister Xiao, you and the show team, let's discuss it. I'll raise money to pay the breach fee, and I won't be on this show." Su Xiao was still trembling a little. 200 million, where are you going to get it in a short time? Even if you put your properties up for sale now, you can only get tens of millions at most, if you didn't care about the Lin family back then. It's not like I can't dig out 200 million now. Every time she took the payback, she was too generous, and now she is in trouble. The Lin family has swallowed money and it is absolutely impossible to spit it out. Lin Mei, go and borrow. I'll help my friends borrow money. I can't even scrape together 200 million. Su Xiao frowned. I advise you to think clearly. The main program team is backed by the Imperial Capitals Network. If you offend this network, how will you survive in this circle in the future? Let me put it harshly. What they want now is this kind of heat, and they won't let you go at the critical moment. The cell phone was ringing constantly because Lin Mei's Weibo was posted, and Weibo has now exploded. There were still people calling over and over again, and in short the matter had become a big deal. While Lin Mei and Su Xiao were still arguing, a member of a particularly high-profile group of wealthy young masters on the internet suddenly forwarded the first piece of news, leaving only one sentence / rumor-mongering NMSL. He has a lot of fans, millions of fans, and when they saw him retweeting this Weibo revelation and being so scolded by him for the rare occasion, they were a little dumbfounded. It's not like Yang Wan didn't receive news from her side. Bai Ya didn't dare to make a call. When he sent her a WeChat voice message, his tone was furious. Some idiot is spreading rumors about you on the internet. I already know who it is. I'm just jealous your sister has taken over the fans of the female star named Ye, produced by the World People's Congress, and I will let her and her idol die together this time. There are 4 more updates during the day, and the slap in the face always has to be done in a complete and step-by-step manner. Wanwan's identity is so bizarre that most normal people would not be able to guess that level, so they are even more surprised. If I write a plot in 2 strokes and it doesn't taste that good, there is no need to write this book. After all, everyone knows the result of the slap in the face story. Don't worry, don't you just want to see the process of the slap in the face? There is a group for this book. The group number is 1060653037. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 173. Ye and I. Yang Wan was still busy with his own affairs at the moment, and was a little surprised when he heard this. Because she was busy, No one bothered her with the news. They would handle it quickly, but Bai Ya felt he had to let her know anyway, so he sent a message to Yingwan. After listening to the voice message, Yingwan probably knew that the news was caused by Weibo. After looking around on Weibo, he knew what happened. It was indeed an inexplicable rumor. When Yingwan saw the news, he just smiled. It was like seeing something unreasonable. These people have no evidence, but what they say is conclusive. She was used to being casual. After hearing this, she only sent a message back to Baya, you can handle it as you see fit. What needs to be dealt with, they will take care of. There is no need to personally come forward to resolve this kind of matter. Baya's message was quickly sent over again, with a cautious tone, aren't you angry? Yingwan, why am I angry? I wasn't even angry when your paper was a mess. Baya. Isn't that what you do when you curse? Baya said, that's right. They are not qualified enough to get close to you. They are just so damn sick. They dare to talk nonsense without any evidence. Ying didn't come back late. When she was browsing Weibo, she saw Lin Mifa's Weibo. Because of her excitement, this hot search has now ranked number 1, with hundreds of thousands of comments, and it's hard not to see it. She read every word, and there was a look of indifference in her dark eyes. Yes, when she agreed to Lin Mei's appearance on the show, the moment she saw Lin Mei's pitiful appearance, Yingwan thought of her grandfather's words. It was probably her little sympathy that was at work. She is a genius, but she is also a human being. She has all the emotions and desires that a person should have, but they are not superficial and appear to be indifferent. Lin Mei's information is there. She doesn't even hate the Lin family, let alone Lin Mei. She is probably just a bit soft-hearted. This point is based on the old man's last wish. Grandpa had always wanted to find his real family so that he could return home, but he didn't know the character of the Lin family. If he had known about it, he wouldn't have let Yingwan go back. He just wants to have a happy and healthy family. About when I was playing in the village when I was a child, there would also be ignorant children pointing at Yingwan and laughing, she has no parents. She was picked up by Grandpa Yinghe. She is a wild child who doesn't know where she came from. At that time, Yingwan had already started to become sensible. She had matured early and had a very high IQ. She could already distinguish the meaning of other children's words. Both she and Grandpa heard it. He had always viewed the incident as a thorn in his side. He felt that Yingwan should have parents. When he left, what he was thinking about was that Yingwan should find his biological parents. Yingwan just didn't want to make him sad, so she never told him why she was abandoned and what the situation was like in her biological family. While she was thinking like this, Si-Lu also came to the fence gate of her house. He looked a little unhappy. When he saw Yingwan, he forced his violent heart to calm down and just asked her quietly, "What are you doing?" When he was about to open the door, Xiao He suddenly barked at Si-Lu from inside the door. "My master hasn't opened the door yet, why did you come in?" Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 174. Xiao He has a quirk. If Yingwan opens the door, he doesn't care who comes in. If Yingwan doesn't open the door, he starts barking when someone comes in from outside. He is very protective of his master. Si-Lu heard the little black dog barking, and sneered with his eyes calm, "What are you barking?" The little black dog didn't understand, and barked at him. He bared his teeth and looked a bit fierce. Yingwan shouted, "Don't bark." Xiao He shut up, swung his tail, and ran to the side to chase chickens as if nothing had happened. Si-Lu. This dog really knows how to change his attitude according to the situation. He opened the door and came in. Yingwan looked at him, "I'm busy with my own things." "What are you doing here?" Si-Lu glanced at her and saw that her face was calm. He blinked, "Really? Yingwan, you want to ask about the internet? Silu licked his teeth with the tip of his tongue, you know. When he saw the rumor, he was still furious. The most important thing was that his Yingwan was high and mighty. How could she be maliciously slandered by such rumors? Before, because of the show, he didn't care if someone slandered him, but the rumor had touched his bottom line. He could deal with Lin Baojun mercilessly, let alone such people on the internet. Bai Ya sent a message. Yingwan thought for a moment, he will deal with it. You will never be at peace if you go on this show. Silu frowned, otherwise, don't go on. The penalty for breach of contract is not a problem for you at all. I will also help your sister deal with the subsequent impact. That's not the problem. Yingwan looked up at him, propped up her chin and said, the spirit of the contract, I have never regretted what I promised. I anticipated these things when I agreed to her to go on the show. If she didn't want to record it, I wouldn't agree. Bai Ya knows how to deal with it. Why should I care about what others say? What those people say can't affect me at all. I don't even know who they are. Silu was not surprised to hear her say that. He came in front of Yingwan, squatted down, and looked at Yingwan with a deep look in his eyes. I thought you would say that. She is indeed a person who values credibility. She will do what she promised, and no one can force her to do what she doesn't want to do. He squatted in front of Yingwan, and seemed to be a little lower than Yingwan. She lowered her eyes to look at him and said lightly, Bai Ya will handle these things for me, you don't have to worry about it. You seem too active. Don't you know why I am so active? How could you not know? A smile bloomed on his face, looking as if there was some irony, and every word seemed to be bitten out from the tip of his tongue. Yingwan, what do you think is the reason why a man like me can climb into your bed at the age of 22 without any shame? If it is not because of love, who would do this? Silu only knew that he liked Yingwan very much, even if she did not accept it at that time, it didn't matter. Yingwan just looked at him quietly, her delicate face remained calm as always, and even the words she said were so calm and natural, I don't like you. Some facts must be said, at least, she did not have any thoughts about Silu. She did not have any thoughts about anyone. I know. The man's low voice was calm, but he felt a slight pain in his heart. It was subtle, not fatal, but still uncomfortable. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 175. Of course I know you don't like me. Apart from Yingwan, Silu can also be regarded as the proud son of heaven. He was born in the most prominent Si family and was the only heir to the Si family. A big temper also has corresponding capital. He has received the best education since he was a child and enjoys the most perfect everything. Everyone around him took him as the leader, and no one dared to say a harsh word in front of him. His appearance is unparalleled, and his prominent family background and talents mean that he has never lacked suitors around him. There were so many girls doing crazy things for him. He has never liked anyone else. He feels that those women are purely delusional and do not put anyone in their eyes. It was Yingwan's turn, and he had received his retribution. When Yingwan showed up in Hatton, he didn't arouse his interest at first sight. Until she was special and calm, he knew that there was always someone in this world that he could like. The reason why he likes Yingwan is simple. She is smart, born in the clouds, and is someone who is looked up to. How normal it is to fall in love with her. No one will not appreciate excellent girls, especially those of their class. There are many people in school who like her, but no one dares to be as bold as him. Her position is so high that even these proud people who have looked down on others since they were young will have a sense of inferiority. You don't like anyone. He looked directly into those calm eyes, and the smile on the corner of his mouth was still a little stiff that he couldn't detect, but it doesn't matter. What you want always requires your own efforts. If I don't work hard, you will be more. It's impossible to like me. Yingwan shook his head, you don't have to waste time on me. With your conditions and status, you can find any girl you want. Sci-Lu laughed at himself and said, if this is what you expect, then I will change my mind when someone better than you appears. Yingwan. She suddenly remembered what she said to Bai Yat. Sci-Lu left after saying this. He was in no hurry. Yingwan was too busy before, but now she is free. They hadn't seen each other for several years, and Yingwan hadn't been moved before. How could he possibly have changed after only seeing each other for a while? After Sci-Lu left, the little black dog rushed over and played at Yingwan's feet. It was still inexplicably afraid of the man. Yingwan patted Xiao Hei's head and said in a low voice, there are things I can't understand. Just like human feelings. She has never liked anyone else, so naturally she doesn't know the concept of being attracted. But she doesn't hate anyone, and naturally she doesn't hate Sci-Lu either. She just felt that there was no need for the other party to waste his time on her. Xiao Hei stuck out his tongue, rubbed it against Yingwan's palm, and let out a small cry, which smelled like milk. Seeing Xiao Hei like this, Yingwan smiled. When I have some free time, it can be quite interesting sometimes. You don't have to be so busy, you don't have to stay in the laboratory. Although the leisure time is a bit frightening, it is leisurely and tight. No wonder Grandpa has been staying here for so many years and doesn't want to go anywhere. At this moment, Lin Mei called, and she asked Yingwan cautiously, Wan, what are you doing now? Are you making food? You didn't read the news on the internet, did you? She asked too many unnecessary questions, but it immediately made it clear that something bad must have happened. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 176. Yingwan was silent for a while, then said, I didn't watch it. I've been busy. Lin Mei really relaxed a little after hearing this, and deliberately smiled, oh, it's nothing, there's nothing good to see on the internet. I just want to ask you, do you think recording the show is boring? Does it cause you any trouble? No. There is indeed no trouble. She is doing her own thing while recording the show, and it doesn't delay her at all. This made Lin Mei's heart tremble, really? Yingwan, well, do you have anything to say? Lin Mei hesitated, I. There was a faint urging voice from the other side, and Lin Mei immediately said, I'll call you when I'm free, you should do your thing first. Yingwan said lightly, okay. After hanging up the phone, Lin Mei looked at Su Xiao, her eyes were still red, she said she didn't have any troubles, but. Su Xiao sighed, then what can we do now? Your sister may have money, but she is a professor, and she can't have that much, and you can't ask her to borrow money, right? I've talked to the chief director, and the meaning is that you should try to keep it stable. Now this program is very popular, and the subsequent response is very good. Now the Emperor, the TV station, is paying attention to this, and the Director General also gave me a look. If you force the termination of the contract, your future career as a star might really be over. But they also gave me a guarantee that they will suppress the matter of your sister directly, and the subsequent program points will not use your sister as a gimmick to ensure that her program will not be affected in the future. What do you think? Su Xiao looked at her cautiously, of course, I am not against you. You always have to think about your future. You want to immigrate. With your current conditions, if you want to survive abroad and completely ignore the Lin family, I think you have to stay for at least a while. If you really think it's not possible, I can't stop you. You can do it yourself. From the perspective of interests, Su Xiao will definitely not let Lin Mei terminate the contract. She is an agent, so she should think directly. How can she directly terminate the contract because of her sister's problem and offend an important network of people? But from the perspective of her family, she also understands Lin Mei, but she can't support her approach. It's just that she can't force Lin Mei. Because if she leaves Lin Mei, she can at least lead other artists, but what if Lin Mei leaves the circle herself? She might survive, but if she wants to live a glorious and happy life, it is definitely not enough now. Who knows if the Lin family will do anything after knowing that she immigrated? Lin Mei knew that Su Xiao was also speaking the truth, so she could only lower her head and think. Su Xiao said again, "At least now you have won the leading female role in the world. This film may be a major turning point for you. Think carefully. Sometimes people can't do things based on impulse." As soon as she finished speaking, she received another call. She answered the phone and said a few words, and then she was a little surprised. "Found it, so fast." She looked at Lin Mei and said in surprise, "It is said that the person who spread rumors about your sister was directly found out, but..." Lin Mei was immediately a little excited, "But what?" Su Xiao frowned, "The other party is a minor, and he is only 15 years old." Lin Mei: "If a black fan is an adult, it's fine, but the most feared thing is to meet such a minor who has no judgment and spreads rumors blindly. I feel better today." 4 updates. First, the chapters for taking leave have been deleted and replaced with new content. Please refresh it. I still owe 4 more updates. If there is no update in the early morning, I will update 8 more during the day tomorrow. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 177. How troublesome are underage haters to celebrities. Some minors are sensible and some are not, especially when they are exposed to the internet, which is a big dive at, and are very easy to be led by the rhythm. Due to the principle of the law on the protection of minors, even if they encounter some minors who use ugly words to spread rumors and insults, even if they are caught, the other party's identity as a minor is a perfect umbrella for protection. They cannot disclose information and cannot sue, so in order to show their magnanimity, they have to let the other party go. But the damage of the rumors has already been done, which is a loss for the stars. Some unethical celebrity studios will even deliberately guide underage fans to tear down other stars. However, this is not what Lin Mei is considering now. Meeting an underage fan means trouble, which means that she may not be able to do anything to the other party at all. If the other party suffers from online violence because of public information, she will be responsible instead. Because of this, Lin Mei's face was unusually twisted, quite ugly. Just because she is underage, she is 15 years old, and she doesn't even have this little judgment. Su Xiao was still listening to the phone, and soon found out the whole story. After hanging up the phone, he said, "It is said that the real information was directly dug out by someone when she posted on the forum. The marketing account that broke the news was all based on her information, and it was not verified at all. Guess what is more ridiculous?" Lin Mei: "What is it?" "This underage is a fan of Ya Ni." Lin Mei. This time Lin Mei couldn't help it anymore, and gritted her teeth and cursed, "Bitch." Su Xiao: "She deserves to be scolded for being a bitch, but we have no evidence at the moment. This is just her fan. Everyone has brainless fans, even you." Lin Mei. He laughed and said, "This rumor spread so fast on the internet. I don't believe she didn't add fuel to the flames. I can recognize those marketing accounts. Is there any evidence to prove that they are her fans?" Yes. Su Xiao was silent for a while. "It's strange that the person who was dug out was not from our side. Because of information protection, the other party has not told us who the underage information is. I just received the news that someone else is doing this." Lin Mei was stunned for a moment. "Someone else? It's normal." Su Xiao said, "Since your sister is a professor and teaches so many students, even the Ji family speaks for her. She must have an extraordinary network of connections. If you can't stand it, there will be others who can't stand it. That was done by her students. She is a professor of Hatton, and Hatton's students are powerful. Su Xiao felt happy instead and comforted Lin Mei. Actually, I want to advise you not to be so excited. When you are excited, some people will be as excited as you. She is a professor. Do you know what professor means? Doesn't she have her own network of connections? Lin Mei understood, but she still felt a little dazed when she thought of her sister's identity. It's not that I don't know, I just always forget sometimes. My sister is a professor, and the key is that such a young professor is too unbelievable and beyond people's common sense. So Lin Mei sometimes can't react. Su Xiao took out a tablet, and there was a Weibo message on it. Do you know Hua Huanyan? Hua Huanyan. Lin Mei took a look and nodded. I know, isn't he the famous rich second generation? He is very high profile on the internet, with a mysterious origin. I don't know anything about him, but I know he is rich. Becoming the richest by farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 178. Hua Huanyan's group is a famous group of rich second-generation sons. They are really rich second generation. Others may show off their wealth by showing off luxury cars, luxury houses, or famous brands. This is the lowest level for them. Hua Huanyan himself makes videos on short videos, specifically leading ordinary people to see what kind of aristocratic life the top rich second generations have. His most famous video is walking on a street abroad, pointing to a building at random, and saying I don't know if it's mine. Then he checked the information and found that it was really his. Since then, he became famous and became an internet celebrity. He is generally mild-tempered, just simply taking fans to experience his life, not deliberately showing off his wealth. Every video of him is rich from head to toe. This is no longer showing off. According to fans, they are here to let fans see what it means to be a real rich person. In addition, he has a few brothers. Although they have names, they don't show their faces. They are really rich. There have been many speculations about their identities, but no one can guess them. It should be that there are powerful people who have been deliberately suppressing them, but they don't mind them showing off their wealth on the internet. Hua Huanyan rarely intervenes in disputes on the internet. This time, he directly forwarded this anonymous revelation. The fierceness of his words also made Su Xiao conclude, even Hua Huanyan is your sister's student, think about it. Hua Huanyan graduated from Hardington, and this was all posted by himself. So it is normal that he may have taken Ying Wan's class. Although his fans don't understand why Hua Huanyan suddenly jumped out to refute a rumor. But I have to admit that because of his participation, this matter has become even bigger. Lin Mei stayed for a while, and suddenly felt a little sad. Doesn't this make me look more useless? As a sister, I can't even help with this little help except for talking nonsense on the internet. Su Xiao touched her head and said lovingly, this is not a show, this is the fact. Lin Mei. I feel that I have been seriously offended. But no matter what, after she said that, Lin Mei calmed down and said with a wry smile, since she has someone to help her solve the problem, should I delete the blog to avoid bringing other influence to her? Su Xiao, that's not necessary. If no one comes to you, just ignore it. Let's see how this matter ends. Since Ni dares to add fuel to the flames, we can't touch this fan, but we can touch her. Su Xiao quickly ordered the marketing account under his command to release the received message. Bayaba that Bayaba V, according to the information, the fan who first started to anonymously spread rumors about Lin Mei and Ying Wan's sisters was exposed. He is a minor. Due to information protection, it will not be made public. However, the other party is a fan of a female star named Ye. It is not the first time that he has spread rumors and insulted Lin Mei for the female star. I flipped through a few records and tasted the dirty mouth. Picture 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 picture. Wow, it's actually Yenai's fan, that's not surprising at all. Your marketing account is sick, who doesn't have some crazy fans? Why did you specifically mention my Yenai's name? Are minors so arrogant now? My god, her mouth is so dirty in the screenshot, I can't say such words in my life. Did Lin May kill her whole family? But who doesn't have some crazy fans? It's not a good thing for a blogger to drag down another one. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 179. This news was clarified very quickly. The person was caught and dealt with on the internet almost the same day. After being caught, Bai Ya was thinking about what kind of lesson to teach the minor. Lu was much simpler and more straightforward. He directly arranged for someone to give the minor a psychological lesson. It was a real lesson, without any violent or illegal means. In short, after the result came out, the minor cried and shouted that she had posted a message on the internet to clarify that she had spread rumors, saying that she was just blinded by the moment, and she didn't expect to cause such great harm to Lin May. She felt sorry and was also scared. After she apologized, she deleted all the information. The only thing that was remembered was that she was a fan of Yenai. What's the beauty of this minor? She can keep her news secret, but now she is like a thorn, occasionally stabbing Yenai. When Yenai received the news, of course she denied it. Who doesn't have a brainless fan? The opponent deliberately found someone to pretend to be my fan, and that's my fan? It's too much. Her agent's face was not very good. Her phone kept receiving messages and media interviews. More importantly, the J endorsement that abandoned Lin May and chose her before sent a message, saying that it would not cooperate with Yenai. Because Yenai is now suspected of hooking up with underage fans to spread rumors about other female stars. Now there is a rumor on the internet. If it weren't for the marketing account under Yenai, the rumor would not spread so quickly. Although this is true, how could Yenai admit it? Is my endorsement going to be terminated because of this incident? Is Yana's senior management crazy? She couldn't believe it, but the agent showed her the message. The message was sent by their senior management personally, and I can't do anything about it. They could abandon Lin May at the beginning, and now they can abandon Yenai in the same way. What's more, because of the schedule of Yana's senior management, they haven't officially signed the contract yet. In other words, the other party regretted it again. As a big brand, it is not to mention that it has gone back on its word to this extent. This is obviously not something Yenai can worry about. Without her, there are still many female stars willing to get in touch with Yana. Yenai's face turned pale. How can such news spread? Can't we suppress the news? The agent shook his head. His face was also solemn. You want me to tell the truth? I didn't suppress the news at all this time. Lin May couldn't do it at all. When I called Weibo to ask them to delete the relevant Weibo, do you know what they said? They said that the user did not violate any regulations and would not delete the blog. Yenai, it is obvious that someone is targeting you. Have you offended any powerful female stars recently? There are many people in the circle who have higher status and background than Yenai, and some Yenai dare not offend. How did I offend others? Yenai was stunned on the spot. I haven't offended anyone during this period. How could I offend others? She was a little panicked. Perhaps Yenai was not destined to die. At this time, a great news fell from the sky and detonated Weibo, thus directly reducing Yenai's influence to the lowest level. A famous Chinese female scientist named Ying has won the Edgar Prize in mathematics again. Edgar is one of the most famous mathematics awards, used to reward talents who have made great contributions to the development of world mathematics. The award is given every 2 years, and this female scientist named Ying has won it twice. Becoming the Richest by Farming. Author, Gu Mushuang. Chapter 180. This is a supreme honor. Not many people usually pay attention to awards, but China winning the World Award is a very shameful thing. Although the identity of the female scientist surnamed Ying has not been announced, it is enough to make the majority of netizens revel. The Edgar is a heavyweight award in the mathematics world. Although this female scientist surnamed Ying did not reveal her name and age, she has won it for the second time. Once again, the majority of netizens lamented that there is indeed a gap between people from birth. The emergence of this grand prize also saved Ye from the bad news that she was about to make a big fuss. There was an order from above to celebrate this happy event. There is no need to discuss it, but the messy news cannot be put together with the mathematics prize winner. Weibo was suddenly filled with joy, and countless netizens were very curious about this female scientist named Ying. One advantage of the Edgar Mathematics Prize is that you can choose to hide your identity. Only the nationality and winner will be simply announced to protect the privacy of the winner. But the average scientist still has to make a big deal about it when he gets an award, and very few will choose to keep it secret. So netizens didn't quite understand, but they took the initiative to figure it out. Maybe the boss doesn't want to be too high profile, look at other people, and then look at this group of celebrities in our country. They can usually be found in all kinds of hot searches. Answer: maybe I'm a little sensitive after watching too many variety shows recently. The person who was trending just now is also named Ying. Female scientist, she is not directly a mathematician, so great, it's so flattering to us women. The field of ordinary mathematics that can win the Edgar Mathematics Award must be the pervert among perverts. I just discovered that there has never been a second winner of the Edgar Mathematics Prize in history. Damn it, this female scientist is too cool, right? Ying, why do I think of Ying Wan, he. Some people have brain problems, right? Does it matter to you if a famous scientist wins an award? What's the matter with a person who appears on a variety show? This is how you touch porcelain. Are some of your fans so obsessed that you dare to touch anything? Ying Wan answered the phone, and the person opposite enthusiastically invited her to receive the award. She went last time, but this time she made an excuse. I am very busy. We have seen that you are on a variety show. I don't want to go abroad for the time being. Okay. The Edgar Award is indeed a very important award, but she has not even been to the other more important award, so this time she just rejected it. She has won countless awards, and the Mathematics Award is just one of them. Just before she retired, she had a breakthrough in a major research, including mathematics, so it was natural for her to win the award this time. Sci-Lu stood outside, holding a bottle of champagne in his hand. At least you won the grand prize. I'm here to congratulate you. I also asked someone to send champagne. Ying Wan, you really run faster than anyone else. Sci-Lu was not embarrassed, with a seductive smile on his lips. After all, I live across from you. Opposite the mountain, such a big house has been erected. It is not far opposite. Su Xiao also saw the good news on Weibo. He just glanced at it in passing, because this kind of grand prize is usually a matter for gods and men, and has nothing to do with their entertainment industry. As a result, she saw the word Ying. She was in a trance and clicked in subconsciously. The home page of Weibo was a hot search. Attached was the blogger super awesome introduction to the Edgar Mathematics Award. Then he said that the winner, a female scientist named Ying, was already the second won the award for the first time and made history. Ying surname. Female scientist. Su Xiao. Holy shit. Once again, the fictional things in the article only serve the plot.